Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to talk start collecting Warhammer 40,000 with just 3 box sets. Now, in this video we're going to take a look at the Black Templars, and we're going to look at how to create a 1000-point army using just 3 box sets, which will be the Black Templars Combat Patrol box set, the Boarding Patrol Space Marines box set, and a Dreadnought on top of that, and a Redempted Dreadnought at that. Now, with this, we're going to look at combining all these box sets, using these as a core to build a nice 1000-point army to hopefully get you an army started on the table nice and quick with as few purchases as possible, and hopefully getting you a little bit of discount. The purpose of these, hopefully, that discount. These boxes are normally discounted off the regular GW price, but you can also go to your local game store, or plenty of online retailers will also offer anywhere from 5 to 25% off a bunch of different things for Warhammer products. And you can make these boxes go even further, which is just fantastic for getting you into the game that little bit cheaper, saving you some cash and getting the army on the table quick. So with that, we're going to go through all the different box sets in this in turn, take a look at all the units, and then show you the little sample army list at the end of the video. So starting us off, first of all, we have the Primaris Lieutenant, or rather, we have the Marshal model. Now, the Primaris Lieutenant is really interesting because the Marshal model here can be used as either that Lieutenant or can be used as a Primaris Captain as well in your regular sort of armor. There's a lot of options. For the purpose of this, we're going to use him as the Marshal just because of the other models we're going to bring into the box set. But the Lieutenant does bring some nice stuff to the table. His big thing is tactical precision, being able to give you reroll wound rolls of 1 for friendly core units within 6 inches of him, which is really cool. Other than that, you've got a variety of different weapon options, and for the Black Templars, you've even got a few different weapon options on him as well, which is really fun. It can take a few different options that you might not get on some of the other units. Now, alongside this model, we then have our troop choice that is specific to the Black Templars, and that is the Primaris Crusader Squad. This is made up of 4 Primaris Neophytes, 5 Primaris Initiates, and a Primaris Sword Brother. Now, the Sword Brother is a special leader. He's like a veteran. He's going to have 3 attacks. He's got a 3+ save in there, 3s and 3s on his weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength and toughness 4, like a normal Marine. But you're going to be able to equip him with a variety of different combat weapon options. You can have a power axe on there. You can also have a pyre pistol, which is really cool. Now, you've then got the Primaris Initiates. These are your standard sort of Space Marines for the units. Primaris Initiates generally can have a variety of different weapons. You've got heavy bolt pistols, Astartes chainswords, but you can also have auto bolt rifles on them, and you can have a mix and match of whichever one you want. And then for every 10 models into your unit as well, so full squad like we've got here, 2 Primaris Initiates can have a Pyre Blaster, heavy bolt pistol, and Power Fist as well. So you can get, an extra bit of combat and some decent horde killing potential in there as well. The last set of models are the 4 Primaris Neophytes. These are the Primaris Scouts, essentially. The Knights in Training, if you will. Each of them comes standard with bolt pistol and Astartes chainswords. And then each of your Primaris Neophytes as well can choose to replace those weapons with either bolt carbines or Astartes shotguns as well. Now, we've then got the 5 Intercessors, which can be used as either regular Intercessors or they could be used as your veteran Intercessor squads as well. Veteran Intercessor squads are a really interesting thing to bring to the table. They cost a little bit more. You've got weapon skill, skill 3+, and you've got 3 attacks based on each model instead of 2, which is cool. Other than that, there's not much difference between them and regular Intercessors who will have 2 attacks base. The last thing we get inside this box set is an Impulsor. This is a dedicated transport for the Primaris Marines. The Impulsor has a transport capacity of 6 models. It can't transport any models in Gravis armor, though, or any of them that have a jump pack, so worth noting. But could definitely transport around your Primaris Marshal and the Intercessors in there as a nice little bit of a kill team together. Other than that, it's got the hover tank rule where you always measure to its hull, not its base. 5 up invulnerable if you choose to go with a shield dome, and can have a variety of different weaponry on it, like fragstone grenade launchers, and also, thanks to being a Black Templar model, can actually have a multi-melter on it as well. And so, looking at the other major box set we have is the Space Marine Boarding Patrol box set. Now, to start with, this box is led by the Captain in Gravis armor, who is a fantastic miniature. Has a few different options as well. Now you have the options for either a chainsword, power sword, or power fist in that other hand, and this goes along with the Gravis fighting style the model had. You'll get 2 additional attacks if you're attacking with the chainsword, which means you'll actually go to a total of 3 because the chainsword already gives you +1. You'll have 2 additional attacks if you go with the power sword, or you'll have an additional attack with the power fist. So you can go up to a nice 8 attacks with the chainsword, 7 with power sword, or 6 with the power fist. Other than this, you're going to get reroll hit rolls of 1 in an aura of 6 inch from the model to all core units that are Black Templars, and you've got a 4-up invulnerable save as well with a 3-up armor save and toughness 5 thanks to being in Gravis armor. Now besides the sort of chainsword, power sword, power fist option, you do have the Boltstorm Gauntlet, which is ×2 strength, -3 AP, damage 2, although you are -1 to hit, so very similar to that power fist there, but you also have the Astartes Chainsword, and you've got the shooting variety of that Boltstorm Gauntlet in there as well. Pistol 3, strength 4, -1 AP, damage 1, and that 18-inch range is really cool as well. Now, alongside this, we get Assault Intercessors, who are really great inside Black Templars. You know, Black Templars are always going to be wanting to get those assaults off, so having an Assault Intercessor squad, pretty similar to your standard Intercessors here. With 2 attacks each, you've got strength and toughness 4, 2 wounds, 3-up save, weapon skill, ballistic skill 3+. You've got the options of having a couple of different close combat weapon options on your Sergeant here. Thunder Hammers, Power Swords, Power Fists, also Hand Flamers and Plasma Pistols on that Sergeant as well. Other than that, you are going to be just rocking out with Astartes Chainswords and Heavy Bolt Pistols on the vast majority of the unit. The last thing here is the Heavy Intercessor Squad, which are like your regular Intercessors, will have 3 different weapon options that they can move around with. They can either have assault weapons, which will lower their range and lower the power of their shots, or they can have the regular guns, which will be, you know, sort of a medium sort of range weapon, or you can go for the Exactor bolt gun variant, which will be, you know, having a nice sort of more deadly effect on them. They'll have higher AP, they'll have higher damage, less shots though, but a longer range as well. Then lastly, we have the Redemptor Dreadnought box set. Now, there is definitely the Brutalis Dreadnought that comes into it on its own, but I think the Redemptor for me brings a lot to a Black Templars force. First of all, it is going to bring some heavier weapons to bear. Yes, the Brutalis one will bring those multi-melters, but this does bring a truly heavy weapon in either the major sort of Gatling cannon it can have or the plasma weapon it's got as well. Now, on top of this, it's still got a decent close combat profile. A Redemptor Dreadnought is going to have 4 attacks with the nice big Redemptor Fist, ×2 strength, -3 AP, damage D3+3. As I said, you've got that Macro Plasma Incinerator on it for that heavy D6, strength 8, -4 AP, damage 2 blast weapon, which you can also supercharge to boost up that strength and the damage on it. You've got an Icarus Rocket Pod on its back as well for another heavy D3, strength 7, -1 AP, damage 2 shots. And you've also got the underslung weapon on the fist, which would be the Heavy Flamer, or you can have the Onslaught Gatling Cannon underneath. For me, this is just a nice piece to add to your Black Templars force. I think it adds, you know, a bit more versatility than the Brutalis, bringing, you know, some heavy weapons to bear as well. Other than that, it is a Dreadnought, so Duty Eternal, -1 damage at all attacks that come into it, and it can also help as a nice support piece there as well, providing either the same benefits that your Lieutenant or your Captain can bring to the table as well. And so here we have our sample army list for the Black Templars. Now, we've gone for playing in an Arcs of Omen detachment. This means we've got 3 of our troops choices being the compulsory options for the force, but it also means it just frees up however we want to build the rest of the list. Now, we have first of all going to go with the Captain in Gravis armor, who will be our Warlord. The Warlord trait we've gone for on this model is going to be Inspirational Fighter. This, when a friendly Black Templars core unit within 6 inches of the Warlord attacks in melee, on our modified wound roll of a 6, you get an additional AP, and this is in addition and cumulative with any bonus from the Assault Doctrine. Now, this combines really well with the fact we've gone with a relic on this model that is going to be called the Crusader's Helm. The Crusader's Helm, first of all, boosts all our aura abilities to an extra 3-inch range to a maximum of 9, so boost the aura we've just picked. And in your command phase, you select one friendly Black Templars core unit within 9 inches of the bearer, and that unit will benefit from the Assault Doctrine. So you can really sort of combine these 2 relics and Warlord trait nicely together to get the full benefit out of both. Now, he's going to be equipped with the Astartes Chainsword. For me, I like this the best. You get the most attacks out of it. And then if you need a Power Fist for any reason, you've still got the Boltstorm Gauntlet there to use. The Primaris Lieutenant is in there. He's gone with the Autoplasma and the Mastercrafted Power Sword on him as his weapon loadout. And then troops-wise, we've got the Assault Intercessor Squad with Plasma Pistol Thunderhammer on the Sergeant. The Heavy Intercessors, we've gone for the Exactor Bolt Rifles as a nice backfield objective holder. And the Primaris Crusader Squad in there as well is going to have the Primaris Sword Brother with Power Axe and Pyre Pistol. Those Primaris Neophytes are in there. The Initiates, we've got a Pyre Blaster and the Power Fist in there. And then we've also got the other Initiates in there as well with their Chainswords and Bolt Pistols. The Neophytes, for me, really up to you on what weapon you prefer. They can be pretty nice with the shotguns, providing some nice assault weaponry to the unit. Elites-wise, we have the Redemptor Dreadnought. We've got the Fragstone Grenade Launchers, Icarus Rocket Pods, Macro Plasma Incinerator, and the Onslaught Gatling Cannon underneath on the fist. And then we've got the Veteran Intercessor Squad, which, we had 10 points spare. So why not just upgrade that 5-man squad of Intercessors to Veterans? We get an extra attack, we've got nothing else we can spend that 10 points on, so might as well. We have a Plasma Pistol and Power Sword on the Unit Sergeant. And then an Impulsor with Fragstorm Grenade Launchers, Multi-Melter, and Shield Dome, rounding out our force. 59 power level, 998 points, and 4 command points to spare. If you've got some ideas on Black Templars in Warhammer 40k, and indeed combining some box sets together, if there's something you would use instead of the Redemptor as that last unit, let us know down in the comments below. And so that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fantastic little community here, we have a Discord server which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. If you would like to, you can do so either by YouTube members or Patreon, or by grabbing yourself some merch at Teespring or at our Ko-fi store. All of them are linked down in the video's description. As a special thank you to our Patreons and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallers, Redman, Iron Grinch, Nicholas Colomos, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. And to our YouTube members of Green Rich Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Baroque Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weird, James Tillman, Gargamel196, and Disco. Lastly, a special thanks, first of all, to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, everyone who helps come and provide the games for everyone to watch on the channel as well, and indeed all our fantastic mods and members of the community who keep our Discord and comment section a fantastic place for all to be. Thank you all once again, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.